So the last thing I'm going to remind you guys about in this Legacy League, our fourth Legacy League, round 5, is to check out our Patreon, because our Patreon is what funds everything from the podcast hosting fees to the art that you see here. That was all done by Ishton, who's fantastic. We just, everything we get goes back straight back into the show. That's pretty much it. Let's see, we got a tropical island. Maybe it's Infect. Infect isn't for blockers. Oh, maybe it is Infect. Or maybe it's like Check Pile or something. I haven't seen Check Pile in a while. We may be in trouble if it's Infect. This is not a good start. Ponder. It's not a good start for us. This is where we put a stop in their upkeep, and we trickster the Hierarch. Alright, Hierarch's coming in for 1. Alright, then we trickster Noble Hierarch on their upkeep. And then we True Name Nemesis. Phantasmal Image True Name Nemesis. Lord of Atlantis. Sure, Swords to Plowshares. Tap no more. Tap no more, Noble Hierarch. Alright, our opponent is fetching off their Windswept Heath. Our opponent, Limbo. Vendilion Clique. Well, they're tapped out. Oh, come on. That is another thing I need, is a wired mouse. How do you like that? Force of Will. To protect our hand. And to stop our opponent from having a 3/1 flyer with Exalted. Oh, come on, what's the deal here? I gotta check with Logitech and see if there's an update for this mouse. When the click enters the battlefield, look at target player's hand. You may choose a non-land card from it. If you do, player reveals the chosen card, put it on the bottom of their library, then draws a card. Yep, that probably would have just gotten rid of True Name. Hierarch. Don't you do it. Best Fish isn't bad. You know what's better than Best Fish? A second True Name Nemesis. And protection from our opponent, Limbo. Sweet. I like having two True Name Nemesis in play. That is a great... It's a great feeling. They have their own True Name Nemesis, sure. Mine have Island Walk, which is real neat. You may have Path to Exile. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, really, all he's doing is just blocking. Oh, he just took it all. Okay. Maybe he thinks he can make up the... maybe he thinks he can make up the difference somehow. Sure name Nemesis, you're my dog. Oh, I forgot to say it at the front, but you can also support us on Twitch, and you get these super cool emotes. I'm gonna pop them in the chat here. They're pretty awesome. Yeah, so he hits us for 5. That's fine. We're gonna turn right around and hit him for 6. So this may be a race. This may be a race, but we are ahead. Let's go ahead and play Smuggler's Copter. Oh, we need to pay the additional cost of revealing a Merfolk here. What we should have done is we should have cast Smuggler's Copter like this, and then had Merfolk Trickster like that. Ooh! See, the thing is, though, is he can only attack with 1 at a time. I mean, he can attack with both and hit for 6, or he can attack with 1 and hit for 5. He just loses the exalted triggers. All right, we just win. Sweet. He didn't even see the phantasmal image there. Back to basics seems good. What else? I don't think anything else. What do we cut? We cut like Curse Catchers, Mabby. How good is Chalice against this? I mean, they do have a lot of 1-mana removal. Let's go ahead and cut 2 Curse Catchers. But yeah, those sweet emotes Ishton did for us. Ishton, not our artist. I say our artist, but Ishton is a freelance artist who has done a lot of work for us, and we're super appreciative of Ishton, you know, for doing all this fun stuff, and yeah, it's been a lot of fun. We also have a lot of boxes below where you can find more information about where to find us. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, iTunes, all that fun stuff. Back to Basics just seems really good against whatever this is. Hey, what's up, G Moonstar? Oh yeah, just winning is fantastic. You just play your cards, and then you win. This seems slow, but we're able to dig for a lot, so... Let's go ahead and keep it. Sometimes that happens, G Moonstar. You just play your cards. Oh, we should turn that off. I really hope to hit it back to basics and just backbreak them. I also like having a Force of Will in case they have TNN right here. Ooh, no. Absolutely not. Not in your life, pal. Yep. That's cute. That's sweet. Smuggler's Copter is a solid drop there. So now we have Force of Will and back to basics with Force of Will protection is pretty sweet. Yeah, let's and then we kind of have the added benefit of if they force this, then we know that they're out of forces or out of playable forces. Brainstorm, sure. Brainstorm away. Because if they, so they're still gonna go back down to 2 cards. If they hit Force of Will, they have to pitch whatever else they have, and they'll be at 0 cards in hand. And then back to basics basically just shuts down half their mana. So, all right, Force of Will resolves. Gonna get in for 1? No? Okay. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I was muted. I do that every once in a while. I'm so sorry. Phantasmal Image. He does not want us playing true names and then making copies of them. Curse Catcher's not terrible. But not fantastic. Sorry about that, everybody. I do that every once in a while. I cough and I feel like a cough coming on, and then I mute it, and then I just don't turn it back on. Containment Priest. Non-token creature would enter the battlefield and it wasn't cast. What am I gonna... Oh, for protection against Vile. Sure. It's like Esper Stoneblade, or I don't know. This is a very interesting deck. It does kind of seem like humans on the outset, but last game the only human he played was Noble Hierarch, and it was definitely a matchup of us both playing true name. Oh, we can't cast it. Ugh. Well, I didn't want to commit more non-basic lands to the field, but we're kind of between a rock and a hard place here. We got to get the Silvergill out at some point. Yeah, it's probably Bant Stoneblade. There's a Stoneforge Mystic. That's probably what I was thinking. I don't know why. My brain just went to Esper Stoneblade. But yeah. Unfortunately, our opponent has the upper hand this game. Last game, we had 2 True Name Nemesis and we're just punching our opponent in the face. This was a much slower hand. What we need is turn 1 Chalice on 1. Alright, well there's a second. I don't know how we get back from this. This is pretty... we're just going to concede this because we are... Back to basics hurts us more than it hurts them. I think this is fine. Yeah, something I need to watch more is my mute button. I tend to I try to mute it as much as I can so that I'm not, coughing in everybody's ears. Like when I watch, ooh, this is perfect. This is perfect. Like if we draw into Force of Will or Back to Basics, this is perfect. I love this. The Merfolk Thassa smiles on me. This is gonna be great. Opponent plays Misty Rainforest, and then gets a Tropical Island because it's Legacy. And Noble Hierarch, oh, of course. Alright. Here it is, boys and girls. Well, yeah, okay, well, it landed, so they can't brainstorm, they can't Swords to Plowshares, which is pretty great. I do, it's like, I try to do it just so I don't have to edit it out later, like for YouTube and all that, but then I just forget to unmute it, so I don't know if that's bad or worse. I don't know. Oh, Gideon of the Trials, sure. The big beefy boy. Sure. Are you gonna emblem yourself, my dog? I'd like to welcome all these new people that are chatting in the chat. I love seeing all these new faces. Welcome to Fishin' to Merfolk Podcast. Let's go ahead and get Cavern of Souls down. Because you know what I like better than True Name Nemesis? I like a True Name Nemesis that they can't Force of Will. That is the best. And we can just kill his Gideon. No prob. It is Chalice of the Void, except he just cast Council's Judgment, which is going to get rid of my Chalice of the Void. So Council's Judgment is White's answer in Magic to Chalice of the Void, or True Name Nemesis, actually. So I think he's going to get rid of the Chalice. Which non-land... So I have to double check because I can ruin myself. He voted for True Name Nemesis. So the way Council's Judgment's worded is it gets rid of True Name Nemesis. Oh, chosen player. Okay. So if I choose something else, they're tied for the same votes and they both get exiled. So we're going to exile our own True Name Nemesis, and that's fine. Yeah, this is the new... and my face is kind of in the way of the art as well, so I apologize. But it's the promo, the MTGO promo of that Seb McKinnon did. He's going to turn his Gideon into a 4/4. Get in for 5 because of the exile trigger on Noble Hierarch. And we're down to 15. We'll just go ahead and get another true name down that can't be countered. I mean, honestly, like, I'd rather him leave the Chalice of the Void alone, because that cuts off all of his Brainstorms, all of his Swords to Plowshares. Forces him to use 3 mana removal instead of 1 mana removal. Sure, bubble. He bubbles True Name, so I can't. Oh, he bubbled the Chalice. So he's got Sword of Fire and Ice. So our opponent is going to try and outvalue us. So for those of you at home, Sword of Fire and Ice gives protection from blue, which is protection from us. Except for True Name Nemesis, because True Name Nemesis. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, Sword of Fire and Ice deals 2 damage, and they draw a card. So that's like super value. However, he has 2 creatures, and one of them he would so he has to do the ability and then equip. So what we do is we just keep up Merfolk Trickster, and when he goes to equip, we just tap that creature down. So it's equipped with the sword, and he can't do anything. And we're going to go ahead and attack. Oh, we can just kill Gideon. Let's just kill Gideon. Kills one of his creatures, and then basically, as I said before, if he goes to equip with Noble Hierarch, then we snap it off, and he can't attack for a whole nother turn, and that gives us a whole nother turn to, again, drop a Lord, equip Mutavault. Yep. So, and I did it with Cavern of Souls on purpose because I wanted to make sure that this did not go off, or was not hindered in any way. I mean, we're not going to win, but like, it'll be a devastating blow. Like, our opponent will have a hard time coming back from this. Bant Stoneblade. Okay, so it does still equip. And I don't think it even has protection from blue while it's tapped. Oh, yeah, because the sword gives that. Okay, that's fine. So our opponent has 3 mana for a True Name of their own, which does nothing because of our lords. Our creatures have Island Walk, so on them. Yeah, funny thing about Island Walk. How's it going, HC Fox? Island Walk is a heck of a thing. So our opponent's down to 1. Oh, I guess we could have played the Curse Catcher. Yeah, that's why I said, like, okay, you got your True Name. You got your True Name, and you got your Sword of Fire and Ice. Go for it, man. Go to town. It's no big deal. Our opponent is trying to figure out what to do here. They're not in a good spot. Yeah, go ahead and attack. I mean, you get to draw a card off of it. You might as well have attacked with True Name. I can just kind of go off. Unless he has, I mean, if he has Echoing Truth, that doesn't... 2 damage to any target. Okay. Should cast Verdict. Sure, deal the 2 damage there. Do it. If our opponent has Supreme Verdict, then more power to them. Yep, Chalice on 1, my friend. Ponder away. Alright, and we got it. We got there. We got the win against Bant Stoneblade. So, thank you everybody for showing up and hanging out with me on stream here. I unfortunately do have to jump off a little early tonight because, 2-3 is not terrible. It's respectable, especially against, so we played against Grixis Delver, which is kind of a rough one. Enchantress, which if it gets going, I mean, we beat them game 1, but it was kind of rough. Storm just had it. We beat Miracles, and we beat Bant Stoneblade. So thank you everybody for stopping by. Make sure to check out our podcast and our YouTube channel. We're on YouTube, youtube.com/fishcastmtg. And thank you to our new follower. Thank you so much. You guys all have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your night. I hope you have a great weekend. Be safe out there, everybody.